your style as?
I classify myself as more of a boxer, you know, because I'm naturally taller. I feel like if I don't use my height and my range, I'd be kind of wasting it.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think you have a great boxing style. I mean, I saw you from afar, in the amateurs, because I had a guy too that was, I don't know, give or take. How old are you now?
I'm 19. I'm about to turn 2020.
19. Okay, okay, yeah, he was a little bit older than you, but I always saw you going to the nationals out there, and watched you fight. I like your style. I mean, you have a great boxing style, and like you said, with all your natural abilities, you know how to use, all that.
So I started fighting for Iraq in the beginning. It kind of happened without being planned. I was over there visiting family. I wasn't really training at the time. I went over there just to kind of, I mean, I didn't stop boxing, but I wasn't in camp or anything. My main goal over there is just to see family, but they ended up having a tournament in about 2 weeks after I was over there. So in the middle of me just hanging out with everybody, I was going to train with their national team, and they had kind of like a selection thing going on. So I fought their guy at 156, and I beat him out for the spot. And I went to Egypt over there from Iraq. I was the only one who went because nobody else from Iraq, they didn't give out visas for the fighters from Iraq. So I ended up using my American passport to get over there, just me and my dad. And we got the gold medal there. And from there, then they kind of sent me to a few different places. After that, I went to Thailand, Algeria, and Spain. In Algeria, I got bronze. In Spain, I didn't get a medal, but I ranked fifth in the world.
You're like the dark horse of the tournament. You came out of nowhere.
Yeah, pretty much. Because they didn't know who I was when I showed up over there. They were surprised because they didn't give an invitation to anyone from Iraq. And when I showed up, I was like, "Well, I'm here to represent." They were surprised.
So what year was that?
That was 2022.
Now, in 2024, you're now pro. That this was your last year as an amateur.
Hmm.
So I know you won the Texas State tournament in Golden Gloves, and then went on to. Did you make it to the semifinals in nationals?
No, I think it was quarterfinals, something like that. But it was two fights.
Quarterfinals, and that was a great match you had against the guy from Detroit out of
Hmm.
Kronk. Can you share it? How was that tournament for you? Was that your first Golden Gloves tournament?
Yeah, it was my first Golden Gloves where I was elite and I got to actually advance. Ever since I was a kid, I'd fight in the Golden Gloves, but it was basically just like a regular tournament to me. There was no city, state, and then regionals and go to nationals. So it was a good experience. I always wanted to do it before I turned pro. That's why I made it my last tournament.
Well, I'll just ask you, what made you now want to try to qualify for the next Olympics, being that you did so well internationally, and for Iraq. I mean, and maybe qualifying for that with them.
If I'm being honest, the way it was happening was I went to fight for Iraq because the USA, they had they pretty much had their team set for 2024. So I tried to go for Iraq, and me not being from there, and I guess they kind of saw me as an outsider. Even if I was bringing back results, none of their guys were going to tournaments and getting 3, 4, 5 wins and getting a medal. I was the only one really doing that. But just the politics they had over there, it was a lot of issues. But mainly, I live 16 hours away. I got to fly all the way over there, and then it takes you a week just to get used to the jet lag, and then get back to training. So even though I fought in a couple tournaments, it was taking a toll. Just flying back and forth. It was a big job.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, knowing that you did so well internationally, your style. I mean, it's a hard style to beat, and especially being with the opportunity. I just was wondering why.
Yeah, I really wanted to go to the Olympics. I feel like if I had gone to those qualifiers, I would have placed and gotten to there, but they were just making it hard on me.
Mm, makes sense. Let's talk about your pro debut. I mean, you just recently had your pro debut.
Mhm.
Uh, let us know a little bit about your experience with that.
Well, it started, as soon as I came back from Golden Gloves back in, during the summertime. I was already training just to get used to, fighting with 10-ounce gloves with no headgear. I was really working on my defense more than anything. Because when I'm having my first fight, I know the guy, I wasn't looking past him, but I knew he wasn't going to be, you know, very, very skilled. But I just had to watch out because he was older and I had to fight him at 160 pounds. And I walk around 159, 160. I thought I would, drop to 152 or 147 to fight. But the fights that were available there at 160. So I took that. I tried to get strong, I feel like I had a really good camp, just the way it was set up with my sparring and everything. I had a real great work, and when it came to the day, I didn't really feel nervous or anything. I was ready for it, and just experiencing everything, getting my hands wrapped, getting those gloves, my uniform, the walk to the ring, everything was great. And the way the fight played out, he had 7 fights, so I knew he was going to be a tough guy. He was experienced. I couldn't get him out of there in the first round, but I was setting him up. And in the third round, I finally got him in that corner, dropped him once, and then he didn't want to fight no more after that. It's going to be Thursday, November 14th. I'm pretty sure I know the opponent. He doesn't have, I've seen a few videos of him online, so I'm kind of preparing. He's also 160, so I'm finding a bigger guy. Just starting to prepare right now. It's about a month away, but I'm still, in camp. When they asked me what weight I want to fight, I told them from 147 all the way to 160, and I'll take the fight. But in the future, definitely, I'm 6'2". I feel like I could make 147, but we'll see how I feel out. I'm still young, so I feel like, over the years, I might go 147, 154, and then just see where I settle out.
Yeah, you'd be a big 147 for sure. Oh
Hmm.
my goodness.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, actually, I think that was maybe 2 years ago where one of my coaches, Coach Robert, he had just gotten a call from Derek James, and they said, "Can you bring Joseph over for sparring?" They didn't tell me who I was sparring, so on the way over there, they just said they had some pro guy. But when I get over there and EJ walked in, I was like, "Oh, okay." And me and him had did 6 rounds. It was really great work. I'll say that's I've sparred pros before, but sparring with him and him being that high level is kind of like an eye opener. When I was in the ring with him, stuff I've never seen before that he was doing. It's real simple stuff, but I mean, it was a great experience. And then after that, just Coach Derek, I sparred Frank Martin a couple times when he's been over there. Sparred EJ, and just going back and forth to that gym, just to stay sharp. Just working with those guys, it always makes you better. I think I was probably 13. It was like, I'm pretty sure it's 2018 when we fought him twice.
Yeah. So y'all were children. Things have changed. You're a big 147
Hmm.
now, and he's, I think, 130,
Yeah.
135. So
Abdullah, I wouldn't say, we fought, and when I'd go to the nationals, he has brothers that were still fighting. So when I see him over there, he was about 11-0 the last time I saw him. So I just talked to him because I wasn't pro yet, but just guys that are already made it. I just wanted to get information, just learn about it, and then seeing them get on there. He's a great fighter, real exciting, and just the experience. Even if I was a kid, but seeing everybody around you when, like, when I was junior, youth, and then elite, even at the Olympic trials, a lot of those guys have turned pro now. So seeing them and everybody just going pro, I feel like our paths will cross, and it'll be exciting one day. I mean, it's not like I won it. I don't feel like there's no regrets from that fight. I mean, I feel like I won. A lot of people feel like I won, but I'm not. It's not holding me back or anything where I really need to see him again. I will never turn it down. If it comes around, it comes around. But it's not something I'm looking for. I'm trying to build up my record. I'm trying to make waves, have people see me, get some fans, and get bigger fights right now. Well, I'll say around 154. There's a lot of guys, and especially from Texas. I mean, you got EJ, he moved up. Jamal, Charlo, he's up there. Crawford just moved up to 54. So just in the even 47 to 54, there's a lot of guys there that could be huge fights. And I mean, people that I've been watching since I was a kid now to be pro, and we basically have the same job. I guess we're all professionals, but they're on a little bit higher level. But I'd love for one day, just have these guys that I grew up watching to share the wing with them. I always see the people, they do the crazy entrances like, back in the day, Nassim Hamed, he used to do it real big, spend a lot of money just walking into the ring. He does the backflip into the ring. And honestly, I haven't put too much thought into it. The songs for my first fight, I let my dad pick it out. He played an Iraqi song, because we had a lot of people, family and friends come to the fight just to represent that part of who I am, Uh, maybe depends on the guy I'm fighting. When Terrence had fought Errol Spence, he had wore the fishing net and everything to show he's gonna catch him, stuff like that. So if the theme works for the fight, I'll make something up, make it exciting. Well, I have three brothers, but two of them fight. My older brother Ali and my younger brother Ahmed, and they call him Cheeto. But I mean, all three of us, it's really kind of crazy when you think about it. But my brother Ali, he was on the USA team, represented in the Pan American Games, got a bronze medal. I was on the USA team, when I was junior, a long time ago. And my little brother, he's going out to camp, I think, in 2 weeks. He's going over to Colorado Springs. So we're all basically been on that level. My brother Ali, he's I think 2 or 3 time national champion. My younger brother, I think he's either 15 or 16-time national champion.
Wow, that's a great foundation. The amateur system. I mean, even though there's politics involved at the top, and on who goes to the Olympics and everything, and of course USA has a strong showing in the Olympics in decades because of that, I believe. But I think that foundation of you being able to fight at that elite level and win fights, shows because of the rounds. When you don't have a lot of time, you're fighting the top the top athletes, the top fighters. The high skilled, high level. These guys they want it, and for you to be able to come out with wins in the nationals on a consistent basis, I mean that's a great foundation to have moving in moving into the pros. So I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, kudos to y'all and all of your accomplishments.
I was born in '04. My older brother, he was born in '03, so there's only a 1 year difference between us. My other brother who competes, he was born in '07, so 3 year difference there. But I mean, even my youngest brother, he doesn't fight, but he's 6'3", he's 210 pounds. He's the same size as my older brother. But I get in there, I work with my older brother, we won't do like full sparring, we'll work on things. And with my younger brother, me and him weigh the same. He's around 162. So sometimes the people I spar will go and spar him, or we'll work in a triangle just to get work. The hardest one, there's a lot. I mean, when I fought in Spain, I was fighting as a youth. So it wasn't against open guys. We had headgears and everything, but still, I fought 5 times in that tournament. I fought Ukraine, Estonia, and then India, and then I fought Ireland, or 4 times, I guess. Yeah, and so and I was fighting at 147, so making weight every day, fighting every other day. Just that environment, and they had put us up in a hotel room, taking the bus to the arena every day, and they hold the sign for your country walking out, and even though it was just me and my dad there, we didn't even have a coach really. We had to recruit a coach from the Saudi Arabia team. But just having the cameras on me, and I knew everyone was watching, so that kind of pressures. I'd say it was a tough tournament. Something I notice really every day. Every boxer, they'll tell you the hardest part of anything in boxing is probably making weight.
Yeah.
Getting up early in the morning to run, doing stuff that you really don't want to do. I feel like in general, throughout my life, that's helped me out with, separating what you want to do from what you have to do. Nobody wants to get up and run. I still got up and ran in the morning, but I feel like sometimes, in school, at work, with people, it's helped all around, not in just boxing. I know how to fight and all of that. I know how to push through adversity. That's just something that comes with the territory. My Instagram is joseph.4 and then LMJDI. So pretty much just my last name, but the A is 4 instead. I don't post much, but I'm trying to get up there. Have my following. They know what's going on when I'm in camp, when my next fight is. So I'm trying to get that established.
The main thing, I mean, what you have experienced, fighting on a high level, international level, and the amateurs, it's just the process. Just trusting the process. Mainly focusing, try to stay only focused on what you got to do in the ring to get to that belt, and then to be able to win it. Then everything else will follow through. But just being able to go through the process, trust the process, and everything else will come behind that.
100%, yeah.
Well, thank you for your time, Joseph. And we'll definitely be in touch, and we're definitely going to be there at your next fight for sure. I know there's a lot of talent on that card, along with you yourself, because you guys are definitely the next generation. There's a lot, y'all are the cream of the crop, and we appreciate your time, Joseph.
I appreciate you having me on here, and I can't wait. I'll see y'all at KO Live.
Thank you, Joseph. Good luck in your training camp.
Thank you.